Japan has this strange tradition over the summertime where they will love to have really spicy foods during the hot summer months. It gets to like 40 degrees. And the idea is that the hotter the food that you have, the cooler your body gets.
Oh my God, I'm not gonna lie,
I had one spoonful, I was dead.
This is why at Bubba Ramen we are currently considering our summer menu. And naturally, the #1 contender is the Tantanmen, a ramen that is famous for its spice.
And that's why we wanted to break down how to make Tantanmen the restaurant way and give a bit of an idea as to why Tantanmen is so popular, especially during these hot summer months here in Japan.
But we're gonna really push the limits. My dad used to grow Carolina Reapers back in Canada, and they are hot. So we're gonna give it a go and really push this theory to the test.
Tantan is the Japanese adaptation of Dandanmen. Dandan is Szechuan based. It's really spicy based. It has several core elements which will include like sesame, tahini, chili oil, etc. And the Japanese version is the one that's adapted more so to the Japanese taste buds. The main factor to try and nullify the spice is using sesame seeds.
Because it makes use of something called tahini. Tahini in Japanese is nerigoma.
And well, what you get with chili, you get something called capsicum. Capsicum is like a naturally occurring chemical. It reacts with your like receptors. So it's your pain receptors, your heat receptors. It doesn't react with your taste buds. So that's what makes something spicy in essence. The main thing to note when it comes to capsicum is that it's a fat soluble, not a water soluble. So that's why adding something like tahini, which is made from sesame seeds, generally speaking, it's about 60% fat and oil. So from that measure, that's what counteracts the capsicum. That's why Tantanmen differs from Dandan.
I'm gonna be mincing up a bit of garlic here, but for the tahini, we'll be soaking it in lemon juice for a little while.
There's a few good tips with tahini, right? We don't want to throw the mince straight into the tahini paste because it'll be too overpowering. It'll take away from the flavor of the tahini itself. To nullify that flavor, you use something like this. When you're thinking about cooking, you have to think about a lot of things. So like salt, acid, etc., right? This is the acid. We're gonna leave the minced garlic in the lemon juice. It will nullify it, but still building that intensity through the lemon juice itself. So the lemon juice with the minced garlic, after 10 minutes, we'll add that to our tahini paste.
Why do you need the lemon? Aside from kind of nullifying or reducing that strong garlic flavor, does it have any function as it interacts with the fat?
If you have raw onions, it's really overpowering, right?
Yes.
What we do in class, we have ice bath. So we soak in the ice bath and it makes it softer. Not in terms of just the texture, but the flavor side of things as well. Exactly the same concept with this. It's actually twofold in many ways. The acid helps it not to be so overpowering. The acid also helps it not stay on your breath. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to toast our sesame seeds. We want to toast them just to give it a bit more depth to it. Sesame seeds are very prone to burning, just so you know. It's just a nice dry pan. I'm not using any oils with it. Like I was saying earlier, sesame seeds are full of oil. It's about 60% of oil and fat. So that's why we want to do it on a nice dry pan to hopefully get those oils and fats out. So we're just going to toast those for about 4 minutes. Other ingredients, yeah. We're going to have the lemon juice. This is a nullifying agent that we were talking about earlier. Now we cut it in half. And now that it's softened a lot more, we should just be able to juice it with our hands. So I'll show you guys how to make a very smooth restaurant quality tahini today. I'm going to let this cool down first. One of the chef tips is adding ice cubes to the tahini. By adding something that's cold, it breaks up the fat. And with that, it becomes a lot more aerated. And that's what makes it really smooth. So I'm going to just chuck these into the food processor. We're going to add the oil early. We want generally about 1:1 really, so about the same amount as the sesame seeds itself. Very important for it to be cool as well. It ties into why we add the ice to it later on. Stop, start it, adding more oil as we go. There's a lot of fat and oil already in the oil, so we want to do it this way first. As we get to the part where it's going to be quite a crumbly kind of paste, that's when I'm going to start adding the ice. You can see the consistency now. This is just our neutral oil with our sesame seeds. Like I said, every time, you're going to have to do this quite a few times. You can turn it off, open it up, scrape down the sides and push it down, and then blend a little bit more as you go. It's best to pulse, especially at the beginning. Okay, so this should now be the kind of consistency that we want. It's a little bit too runny actually, so what I'm going to do is just add more sesame seeds just to thicken it up, because it's made up of so much fat and oil. 60% of it is fat and oil. That's why you want to add the ice cubes. Cooling down the temperature allows the fat to come out. It aerates it a lot more, so you actually hopefully see it get thicker and slightly bigger. Normally I would add like 2 or 3 ice cubes. Because it's still quite runny, I'm only going to add 1 ice cube for the time being. Sound quite rough at first. You'll hear like the ice bouncing around. You'll get scared if you're making this first time. It is technically better in terms of the end result. But if you're scared of breaking your blender or anything like that, please just use the ice cold water. I'm going to be adding the garlic and the lemon juice from earlier. So as I said, this one has been sitting in the lemon juice for about 10 minutes, just so it nullifies the garlic flavor a little bit. I don't want to add as much of this lemon juice. It's more about the garlic. Normally, if you're not going to do this lemon juice aspect, you can just chuck the garlic in here to blitz it all up. If you don't want to do these extra chef tips per se, you don't have to. It will make your life a lot easier. When I used to make this at home, I would literally have the sesame seeds, the oil. I wouldn't even mince the garlic. I'll put the garlic with the salt, and that's good enough. This is only if you want to take it to that next level, that extra level per se, yeah? Ideally, I would blend this for about 2 more minutes, I would say. Whilst I'm working on this, Eric's just getting started on the chili oil side of things. He's just getting the aromatics ready.
When it comes to aromatics going into our chili oil, we're going to be leaving skin on our garlic. The skin has a lot of aromatics, so we're doing that. Just breaking them, crushing them. And then we also have our ginger here. We are going to be slicing this in a way that makes it so you increase the surface area as much as possible. This will be adding some nice ginger flavor to that oil as well. And we're also going to be taking our chili peppers over here. And chili peppers, super easy. We're going to do about 25 of these. We're just lightly cutting that skin there. We don't want to cut it in half, just exposing those seeds so we get a little bit more heat on them there. We are going to be putting the aromatics, so the wet ingredients, into the oil. And then we're going to be frying it for the next, I would say, 30 to 40 minutes. Essentially, you want to go until those chilies are lightly blackened, not completely dark. So we're going to be putting those on now. And we're going to keep it on a lower heat. You don't want to bring it up really hot because it'll just burn them. You want to bring it up nice and slowly and fry everything so all the flavors come out. So that's going to be going into our oil now.
So tahini is all good. We got to relatively the texture that we want. Eric is still working on the chili oil side of things. I think you're now doing this last bit.
Yeah, we added in coriander seeds before. We want to sieve those out because if you get a coriander seed, it's quite strong and it can be overpowering. So we want to take the coriander seeds out before we mix the oil in with the other ingredients. Into here though, guys, we are putting chili flakes. We're also going to be adding in some Szechuan chili peppers here. This will add that nice numbing flavor that we like. We also have 1 cinnamon stick. Although it's often considered more for dessert, cinnamon is great for savory foods as well. And we're also adding in some cardamom. We're also going to be dissolving salt and MSG into our oil before we pour it into this. And then the heat from the oil will cook this, and then our chili oil will be done. That is that. So now we're just waiting for those aromatics to finish cooking in the oil. Last thing that's going to go into here is going to be some black vinegars, and then that will be ready to go.
Normally, I don't think people use black vinegar when it comes to chili oil, but Eric's probably found that recently. It was similar to what I was talking about the lemon earlier. It's like thinking of the acid. It kind of cuts through the heat for it. So it helps it so it's not like crazy spicy. So it cuts it so it's nice to feel. It still has the intensity of all the chili oil and things like that, but it just cuts it slightly, so it's slightly finer and deeper in terms of that perspective.
When you get into the bottom, you get some of the bits and stuff to make sure you're getting a nice scoop of chili oil into whatever you're having. It adds a ton of flavor. It's really worth it, I will say.
When you're making tantanmen, there's 5 things when it comes to the tare. The first one is going to be our Shoyu Tare. You know, our Shoyu Tare that we've shown you how to make before. Ours is about 2 years old now. That's one element. We have the sesame oil as one other part. Then we have our tahini as another part. Then we have our chili oil, and the last one is sesame seeds just on top. And then we'll add our aromatic oils as well. Because we can't make the whole kind of recipe for you, so it's just build it from the bottom. Another very important element to tantanmen is you have to have a form of spicy mince. Do you remember what I used to always say as to how you know tantanmen restaurant is a good restaurant or not?
If it has spicy mince.
Nope.
Oh. Oh, the spoon?
Yes.
Yeah, the spoon. Yeah. I remember the spoon.
Yeah. Oh, explain the spoon then.
So the idea is with tantanmen is you have the spicy mince on top, and then after you finish your bowl, they give you a spoon that has little holes in it so that you can scoop out all the spicy mince that's left inside your bowl. So if you go to a tantanmen shop and they don't have the spoon, they don't want you to eat their spicy mince, so I wouldn't go there, personally.
It's very, very important aspect, and that's what we're going to make today. So we've got some ginger and garlic. When you're mincing, it depends on how you're mincing, right? You're using your blade like this. You're pushing all the actual ingredient down into the chopping box. So if you're doing that, you ruin stuff like herbs. That's why you never see a chef cutting herbs like this. it will always be sliced like that. When you're mincing garlic, if you have to do it this way, the liquid comes out. The liquid contains the chemical that gives off the flavor or the intensity that comes from stuff like garlic and ginger. If you use salt, it retains that moisture, becomes more of a paste. You're actually able to retain the original flavor of that garlic a lot better. There's orders to doing things per se, yes. We're using sesame oil, which has a low smoke point. So if a little bit of smoke should come off very quickly, that's when you know it's a good time to start frying in that manner, yeah. This is our pork mince, and we make char siu ourselves, and we trim down the entire meat, so it's like the best cut of that pork belly. So this is about 30% in terms of fat at the moment, which is quite high. So I was talking about earlier, we're going to build the bowl just one with the spice of mince. The spice of mince is the last ingredient. So Eric will quickly show you a quick trick to finish off this aspect.
So once your mince the pinkness has gone away, you're ready to add in your aromatics to the pan. I will push all of my meat to the back of the pan and tilt it towards myself. The oil is dripping to the front of that pan. When that oil drips to the front, that's a great place to add in your ginger and garlic. We're gonna be adding in our ginger first. Ginger takes longer to cook because it's a bit denser, whereas the garlic is a bit more aerated per se. Turn down the heat at this point too, otherwise it splatters quite a bit. So we add in our ginger first. We're just gonna lightly fry that just to pull out some of those aromatics, and then in a moment here we'll also be adding in our garlic once our ginger is cooked a little bit. I'm gonna mix my ginger garlic with my pork mince, and we're gonna keep cooking this here.
So I'm building the bowl. I'm just getting the various ingredients. The first thing I added earlier was the Shoyu Tare, or the soy sauce tare. So we added about 20 mils of this. We got some sesame oil. I'm not gonna add too much of this, just 1 tablespoon. Some of our sesame seeds. Just 1 teaspoon is good enough for the sesame seeds. This was the tahini that we made earlier. This is about a tablespoon, a little bit more than a tablespoon. It's about a tablespoon and a half. The very last ingredient would be the chili oil that we're finishing over here. Eric is finishing this side over here. He's finishing the spicy mince side of things. That is our gochujang.
We will be making our gochujang mixture for our spicy mince. We like gochujang because of the spice it brings, but it is a Korean spice, so you end up with a bit more of a Korean flavored seasoning. As such, we add in some Japanese ingredients. We add sake, mirin, and soy sauce to make it a little bit more matching to the Japanese palate. Basically a ratio of 70% gochujang, 30% of sake, mirin, and soy sauce mixture. Same with our chili oil as well. When you add star anise, it kind of brings out more of a Chinese-esque flavor. I mean, mind you, it is Chinese, but we like it to be a little bit less so on that side, just so it matches the Japanese palate.
This is our chili oil. This has got all the kind of aromatics that we were talking about earlier. So I mix it all up. I usually try to fill the ladle, half liquids, half solids. This is about a 10 milliliter ladle. Yeah. So it's got all our 5 layers now. I'm yet to add chicken oil, chicken fat. We're going to do that at the end. It's our aromatic in that respect. Now I'm just going to give it a quick whisk together. That is your homemade version of the Tantanmen Tare. So every single element other than the sesame oil is actually homemade now.
All right, so I'm going to be adding in the gochujang mixture now into our minced meat there. I'll probably be adding about, I want to say 2 to 3 tablespoons. We'll do it to taste, I would say. All right, so you can see that beautiful spicy looking red color on that minced meat now. I'm going to add just a little bit more and then we are good to go. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's very delicious. And also you can see how finely minced that is. It's nice. If you have big chunks, it's not as nice when you're eating it, especially on the first bite, because all of it sticks to those noodles. Just like this, it looks perfect and ready to go into our ramen now.
We've got all the ingredients ready over here. 1 ingredient left, chicken fat. Chicken fat is aroma oil. We always like to add some sort of aroma oil at the base of the bowl. The hot broth hits it and it allows that kind of explosion of aromas. I'm just gonna add 10 mils of chicken fat, just ready for service.
So we can see now, we've really slow fried these chilies, really low temperature the whole time. You don't want to burn them too quickly because it will happen quite suddenly with oil. So we are now ready to sieve all these out. We're going to take out all of these ingredients here. Pulling out those wet ingredients especially will help with the longevity of your oil. Leaving in those wet ingredients will lead to your oil going bad quickly. And the coriander seeds have a very strong flavor, so you really want to pull those out before adding them to your final product if they're floating around in the final oil. So yeah, perfect. Now our oil has been nice and sieved out. We are ready to add our oil into our peppers here, just bit by bit. We don't want to pour it all in at once.
So we're going to get started on making the bowl. We got our various toppings ready. Our chili oil, the homemade one. We've got our ramen eggs over here that's been marinated for about 2 days. This is the spicy mince that we made earlier. This is torgalashi, but really, really finely sliced. And then we have our negi, or I should say leek. We got our noodles, and then of course the most important part is our tare for the Tantanmen. So we're going to build the bowl. Eric is going to do the soup side of things. We're going to do about 400 milliliters. I am going to get our noodles ready. So I'm going to put them in for 3 minutes. Eric's just getting the soup ready. So we're just adding the tonkotsu. Tonkotsu is usually what you'd come to expect when you're making tantanmen.
Because, once again, fat counteracts the effect of the spice that comes from the capsicum.
Now we've got our soup base, exactly what you'd expect from a tantan in terms of the color. So we're just going to add our toppings. That's how you make restaurant quality tantanmen. Now we want to add the Carolina Reaper. This is the hottest second pepper in the world. It's not the first one because apparently it's genetically made. So this is technically the hottest organically made.
My dad's grown them. We built a greenhouse and then grew peppers in them. We did ghost pepper one year and then Carolina Reaper the next. We made it into salsa, so it's insanely hot. I have some experience with it. We all noticed right away when we opened it up like how bright red and like beautiful the peppers are.
Because if you look at this is our tall garnish. Color's completely different. This is kind of like burnt orange to a certain degree, where this is a real pop of red, so it looks really cool. So we want to incorporate this. Obviously this video is about testing spice during the summer months as to whether it really helps you cool down. Eric has volunteered himself.
I've been on a hot streak meeting Donald Glover. This was time for my punishment for my good fortune.
He owed me.
It's always hot food. Yeah, how about the richest or the most expensive ramen in Tokyo? Oh no, don't call Eric. We're making the hottest ramen in Tokyo. Yeah, get him out here.
So we're gonna make the exact same tantanmen. The last thing when it comes to making tantanmen is the chili oil, as you guys seen. So we have the chili oil that we made earlier, and obviously we have this one. So this one has been steeping now for probably about 20 minutes now.
And it's with the oil from the chili oil, just the oil, none of the bits.
But it was already a spicy oil anyway. And then we added the Carolina Reaper. Normally, we would cook this until the peppers turn black. It's a very delicate point because it will smoke out the room. Like, you don't want to do this inside typically. So I think 20 minutes, we'll do a taste test.
The aromas, it's quite strong. It smells so hot.
Spice always kicks in the leg.
Oh my God, that's hot. Give it a go.
Mate, I'm really bad with spice. The whole idea is A/B testing, right? I am A, you are B, buddy. If I taste it, it'll be after this. We're not gonna build the whole bowl because this is just a taste test of the soups in that manner. Yeah. Look how much darker it is now.
It's gotten a lot darker, so I'd say this is now ready to be used.
I'll try my B, my A even.
Okay, oil is in. I feel like I should put a pepper in. It's cute, isn't it?
Oh, that is cute. That's a really good idea. Yeah. This is just a test of theory, to be perfectly honest. So I have no idea how it might be. Come by, buddy. Good luck.
All right, itadakimasu.
I'm surprised. You've seen the Christmas video. I had 1 spoonful, I was dead. He had like 20 of the spoonfuls over the video. No reaction at all. So it's clearly very, very hot.
I don't know why it like shoots to the back of your throat, but it's honestly really good.
The tantanmen was built to withhold spice to a certain degree, right? I reckon if that was like without sesame, for example, without the tahini, without all those elements, it would be a lot worse, huh?
I feel cooler already.
That's what I really like about it, because yeah, generally, if that was a normal bowl of tonkotsu, without knowing the science behind it, that would have been a lot worse. Like, he should be dying right now, you know? But because it's the tantanmen, that's why he's actually feeling okay, you know?
It's actually really good. I'm not gonna lie. One of the things I love about spicy food too is like you kind of feel buzzed. You know what I mean? Like the show Hot Ones. The whole idea is that it kind of lowers your barriers.
You do look happy.
It feels good.
Your eyes have never been wider.
I mean, spice, it's known to like release, I don't know if it's endorphins or some kind of happy chemical.
I feel happy without it, buddy. That's why I love ramen. Like, there's reasons behind each ingredient as well. That's why tantanmen is renowned for the summer. You know, it withholds the heat. It's not just like ramen with spice dumped on top. The spice goes into the entire bowl. I think that's why you like it so much.
Jokes aside, it's a really great balance. I'm shocked how much I'm enjoying this because it does hurt. And I think because Carolina Reaper is a natural pepper, it doesn't, like you get hot sauce sometimes and it just tastes bad. This tastes good, and the balance with the tahini and the fat from the tonkotsu just works perfectly to make a nice, balanced, but extremely spicy bowl. It's a creative and delicious way to beat the heat.
Now we're doing these educational ones. It's kind of a work experience for you guys if you ever do any of these recipes. So I'm not saying thank you anymore, you're part of the team. Oscar summer is what you say when you're with your colleagues. It's kind of saying like, well done for your good work, or your hard work even. So, do you feel cooler? Huh? Yeah, there you go. There's the theory.
I'm in pain.